Happy morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about the unit number 3, P block element 2, about the oxygen family. Am I right? So already the preparation property structure is over. We have the chemical properties and uses. And next we can be learn about the allotropic form of sulfur and about the preparation of sulfur dioxide properties, chemical properties, and about the uses structure. After learning this, we can become the chemical properties of oxygen and also ozone and their uses. Okay, let us we can be start about the allotropic form of sulfur. Sulfur, all of you know about the sulfur. The symbol of sulfur is S. The atomic number of sulfur is 16. Am I right? 16. Don't forget that. Sulfur atomic number, isotope sulfur 32, atomic mass 32, and the electronic configuration is equal to neon. Neon means the atomic number 10, 3s2, 3p4 is the electronic configuration. Okay, these are some area. And about how to learn thoroughly about the boiling point and about the melting point. The melting point is about that 388 and about the boiling point is about 718 Kelvin. Don't forget that. These are some important area. Now we are discussing about the allotropic form of sulfur. Already we discussed about that allotropic. Anybody remember about the allotropic? What is about the allotropic? Anybody remember that one? The term allotropic. Same physical state, more than one form. We can be say different crystalline form. Am I right? That we are saying an allotropic more than, simply we can be say more than one form. Okay. Here, sulfur exists in crystalline and also amorphous allotropic form. Here crystalline means it form having about the rhombic sulfur. This form includes rhombic sulfur and also about the very important point is about the monoclinic sulfur. The rhombic sulfur means we are saying alpha sulfur, and about the monoclinic sulfur means we are saying beta sulfur. These are about the crystalline form. And try to understand the concept about the rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur on heating at 96 degrees Celsius, we get monoclinic sulfur. Okay, rhombic sulfur on heating at 96 degrees Celsius, we get monoclinic sulfur. Whenever the monoclinic sulfur on cooling, we get rhombic sulfur. The monoclinic sulfur on cooling, we get rhombic sulfur. Okay. Next, we can be discuss about the amorphous allotropic form. This forms having some of the blastic sulfur. Blastic sulfur means we are saying the lambda sulfur like that. And about that milk of sulfur, otherwise we can be, sorry, one more, we can be say colloidal sulfur. Okay, sorry, not lambda sulfur, gamma sulfur. Okay, alpha sulfur, beta sulfur. Alpha beta sulfur goes to crystalline form, and about the gamma sulfur we are saying that on amorphous sulfur. Okay, rhombic sulfur, it is otherwise called as an alpha sulfur. It is one of the stable allotropic form at the room temperature and pressure. The crystal having characteristics yellow color, and it is composed of sulfur 8 molecules. Previous I told you that when the rhombic sulfur on heating at 96 degrees Celsius, it converted into monoclinic sulfur, and also it on cooling below at 96 degrees Celsius, it that is beta form converted into, there is a monoclinic sulfur that is converted back to rhombic sulfur. The monoclinic sulfur also, sulfur 8 molecules, it also having a small amount of sulfur 6 molecules. It is also called as prismatic sulfur. What's the reason means? It exists as a long needle-like prism. Okay, prism, all of you, I think that you maybe learn physics practical in our 10th grade, maybe like that. It exists a long needle-like prism. So it is called as a prismatic sulfur. It is a stable between 96 degrees Celsius to 119 degrees Celsius, and it is slowly changes into rhombic sulfur. This is about the rhombic sulfur. Next about, we can discuss about that. What is the chemical? We can be say some of the chemical reactions. When a molten sulfur is poured into a cold water, a yellow rubbery ribbon of plastic sulfur is obtained. If you need a plastic sulfur means, we have to take the molten sulfur. The molten sulfur is poured into a cold solution of water, we can be say a cold water. The molten sulfur is poured into the cold water. We get one of the ribbon-like structure, one appearance, that we are saying a plastic sulfur. And about it is slowly again and again cooling. It becomes hard and changes to stable rhombic sulfur. About the monoclinic sulfur, one more point we can be discussed. Monoclinic sulfur. The sulfur is also exist in liquid and also gaseous state. At 140 degrees Celsius, one of the monoclinic sulfur melts to form a mobile pale yellow liquid that we are saying lambda sulfur. Okay, one of the monoclinic sulfur where melts. What is the temperature? Don't forget the temperature. 140 degrees Celsius. The monoclinic sulfur forms a mobile pale yellow liquid. That sulfur we are saying a lambda sulfur. Here, this lambda sulfur, that the vapor over the liquid sulfur, some of the variety, it consists of some other types we can be say about that. S6 sulfur, S7 sulfur, and S8 sulfur. These are some types, and also a small amount of other mixture, small amount of mixture of sulfur S2, S3, S4, and S5. These are some molecules of other sulfur also having. Okay, these are some about the properties and also some of the chemical reaction, and also we can be learn about sulfur dioxide. How is sulfur dioxide prepared? This is one of the largest scale production. Easily, that means sulfur burns with oxygen, we get sulfur dioxide. That's the point, okay? Sulfur burns with oxygen, we get sulfur dioxide. Here about 6 to 8% of sulfur is oxidized to sulfur trioxide. That's one of the important point, my dear children. About 6 to 8% of sulfur get oxidized to sulfur trioxide. Shall we write the equation? All of you know the symbol of sulfur is plus oxygen gives SO2, sulfur dioxide. Again, the sulfur reacts with oxygen, we get sulfur trioxide. Okay, about I told that 6 to 8% of sulfur get oxidized to sulfur trioxide. Now we can be balance the equation. In the reactant side of a molecule, that is oxygen molecule, if you are making 3 means 3 2s are 6. So the product side we can be converted into 2 sulfur trioxide. So 2 sulfur is there in the product side, make it the reactant side 2 sulfur. Now the equation is balanced. Next one. From sulfide ore, some of the sulfide ores we are taking. Galena, all of you know about the formula for galena is PBS. Zinc blend. What's the formula? Z10S. This ores, the sulfide ores undergoes roasting with the air. We get sulfur dioxide. Okay. This is another method. We can be write the equation galena, and also we can be taken as zinc blend. As per the textbook, we have only zinc blend. Okay, so we have to write zinc blend. What is the formula? ZNS. This one reacts with, otherwise we can be say roasting. We get zinc oxide and also we get sulfur dioxide. Am I right? Zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. So how can we balance the equation? That the easiest way. How can you balance the equation? First you make it the product side. How much zinc oxide is there? Only one. So make it 2 zinc oxide. So the reactant side make it 2Z10S. So zinc balanced. Next you can be count about the sulfur dioxide. Reactant side may having 2 sulfur, so make it the product side 2 sulfur. So now we count the oxygen. Product side 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So make it 3O2. Am I right? These are everything we learned in the previous lesson. Am I right? Anybody remember that one? Anyone? Can you say which page? Anyone? Page number, first volume, page number, the first lesson, page number 7. Already we learned it. Page number 7, they are having the equations. Some of the equations, zinc blend and about the galena, everything having. Already we learned it. Yes or no? So, next I am taking about the iron sulfide. This iron sulfide undergoes oxidized to form Fe2O3 and sulfur combines with oxygen, we get sulfur dioxide. How can you balance the equation? Here having 2 ion, so oxygen having some problem, so make it the product side 2 Fe2O3. So we get 4 ion, so make it the reactant side 4 ion, 4 FeS2. Now the ion is balanced. What about the oxygen? Sorry, what about the sulfur? Sulfur here having 4, make it 4 2s are 8. So make it the sulfur dioxide, product side 8 SO2. So next one is about the oxygen. Product side 8 into 2 is equal to 16. 16 plus 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So we get 22 oxygen is there. So make it the reactant side. 11 into 2 is equal to 22. Now the equation is balanced. Next one, laboratory preparation of sulfur dioxide. Laboratory preparation of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur on reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, we get laboratory preparation of sulfur dioxide. First we are taking not sulfur, we are taking copper. Copper on reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid. So we get copper combines with sulfate, we get copper sulfate. Here we are adding concentrated sulfuric acid. There is a sulfur dioxide gas is produced, that is SO2. The hydrogen combines with the oxygen, we get water molecules. How can you balance the equation? Here having product side having 2 sulfur, so make it the reactant side 2 sulfuric acid. So the water molecules also product side make it 2. Equation is balanced. Next about the ionic reactions, about the SO3 2 plus ions and also 2H plus ions, both are reacting, we get hydrogen combines with oxygen, we get water molecules. SO3 is converted into SO2, so that is sulfur dioxide. Next, about the properties. What are the properties of sulfur dioxide? Sulfur dioxide is found in volcanic eruption. All of you know that one. A large amount of sulfur dioxide gas is released from the power plants that is using coal and oil, and also one more plant about that copper melting plant. One is from power plants. Sulfur dioxide is large amount of sulfur dioxide is gas is evolves, and also when the copper melting, that plants also producing what? Sulfur dioxide gas. Sulfur dioxide is one of the colorless gas with an suffocating odor. That is about that fear taking some inhaling problems, some of the inhaling problems make it. It is highly soluble in water, and also one of the important point, it is 2.2 times heavier than air. 2.2 times heavier than air. Sulfur dioxide can be liquefied at 2.5 atmospheric pressure and about 288 Kelvin. Next about chemical. What are the chemical properties of sulfur dioxide? Sulfur dioxide is an acidic oxide. Otherwise, we can be say acid anhydride. That means it reacts with the water, it forms an acid. Suppose the sulfur dioxide react with the water, it gives one of an acid. That acid is called as a sulfurous acid. When it is dissolved in water, it gives sulfurous acid. What is the formula of sulfur dioxide? SO2 and reacts with the water. This is about the forward and backward reaction. We get sulfurous acid. The sulfurous acid, what is the formula? H2SO3. You have to balance the equation. Now the equation is balanced. SO2 plus H2 gives H2SO3. The H2SO3 again dissociate into their respective ions. That is about the H plus ions and SO3 2 minus ion. So make it how much hydrogen is here? Reactant side 2. So make it 2 here. Now the equation is balanced. Next question. How sulfur dioxide gas is reacts with sodium hydroxide, and also about the sodium carbonate. First you have to write the equation. Sulfur dioxide SO2 plus sodium hydroxide NaOH. Sodium combines with the hydrogen and also SO2 we get NaHSO3. Sodium bisulfide. Sodium bisulfide. Formula NaHSO3. Equation is balanced. Sulfur dioxide reacts with sodium carbonate Na2CO3. The presence of water we get sodium bisulfide. What is the formula? NaHSO3. NaHSO3. Sodium bisulfide. And also liberating carbon dioxide CO2. How can you balance the equation? The reactant side 2 sodium is there. So kindly please change it to the product side 2 sodium. Now sodium is balanced. What about the sulfur? Here also having 2 sulfur. Product side 2 sulfur. So make it the reactant side 2 sulfur. Now everything is balanced. Now the sodium bisulfide again converted into sodium sulfide. Sodium sulfide. What is the formula of sodium sulfide? Na2SO3. And also we get water molecules and also sulfur dioxide. How much sodium is having the product side? 2. So make it the reactant side 2. Sulfur dioxide is one of the very good property. It is also an oxidizing property. And also one more, it is also a reducing property. Okay, one of the oxidizing and also reducing property. Sulfur dioxide is easily oxidized to sulfur. For example, I am taking 2 equation. Hydrogen sulfide. What is the formula of hydrogen sulfide? H2S. On react with the sulfur dioxide SO2 we get sulfur combines with the sulfur we get sulfur plus hydrogen combines with oxygen we get water molecules. How can you balance the equation? Reactant side having 2 oxygen, so make it the product side 2 water molecules. So how much hydrogen is there? 2 to 2, 4 hydrogen. So if you are making 2 means 2H2S. 2H2S. Now hydrogen balance. What about the sulfur? 3 plus 1 is equal to 3. So make it 3 sulfur in the product side. Equation is balanced. What about the next equation? Magnesium combines with sulfur dioxide. That is oxygen we get. First the product is sulfur. S plus. Magnesium combines with oxygen we get magnesium oxide MgO. How much oxygen is there? 2 oxygen. So the product side make it 2 MgO. The reactant side also to make it 2 Mg. Now the equation is balanced. This is about the oxidized property. That is sulfur dioxide is easily oxidized to we get sulfur. Sulfur dioxide is easily oxidized to we get sulfur. Next about reducing property. As like it is also can reduce by oxidizing. That is it acts as an oxidizing agent. It reduces chlorine to hydrochloric acid. Sulfur dioxide is easily reduced to chlorine, that is Cl2. Cl2 molecule into HCl. How can you write the equation? First we have to write SO2 plus one of the water molecules H2O and also taking Cl2 we get HCl plus hydrogen combines with the SO2 and also this oxygen we get H2SO4. So total reactant side, how much chlorine is there? 2 chlorine Cl2, am I right? So convert the product side 2 HCl. So how much sulfur is there? Only 1 sulfur. Here also only 1 sulfur. Then about to count the hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. So make it, we have to write 2 molecules of water. Now the equation is balanced. Next one of the question. sulfur dioxide is easily reduced into potassium permanganate into their potassium permanganate into Mn2 plus ions. Mn2 plus ions. Otherwise, we can be say MnSO4. Okay, manganese sulfate. And one more reduction. Sulfur dioxide is also reduced into potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate formula K2Cr2O7. Potassium dichromate 2. Chromic sulfate Cr2SO4 thrice. You can be write the equation. Potassium permanganate KMNO4, KMNO4, potassium permanganate. What's the formula? KMNO4, potassium permanganate. On reacts with SO2 in the presence of water, we get potassium combines with the sulfate to form K2SO4. Manganese combines with the sulfate to form MnSO4. Hydrogen combines with sulfate to form H2SO4. How can you balance the equation? The product side having 2 potassium, so make it the reactant side 2 potassium. The reactant side having 2 Mn, so product side make it 2 Mn. Now, we can be count the sulfate, here having 3 and also having 4. So, one of the main problem, here having water molecules, here having only one oxygen, so make it 2 water molecules. So, how to balance the hydrogen? The product side also make it 2 sulfuric acid. Now, we can be count the sulfur. Total sulfur, how much sulfur is there? Product side was to have to convert the product side. K2SO4 having 1 sulfur. MnSO4 having 2 sulfur. Sulfuric acid, if you are making 2 means 2 sulfur. So, we get 5 sulfur. So, come to the reactant side 5 sulfur. Now, the equation is balanced. That is KMnO4 is converted into MnSO4. That's a point, okay? KMnO4 is converted into MnSO4. Potassium permanganate is converted to Mn2 plus ion. That is a point. Next, about potassium dichromate is converted into Cr3 plus ion. Second equation. You have to write the equation K2Cr2O7 plus SO2 plus sulfuric acid we get. Potassium combines with the sulfate to form K2SO4. Chromium combines sulfate to form chromic sulfate, otherwise chromium sulfate formula Cr2SO4 thrice plus water molecules. How to write H2O? So how much sulfate is there? 3 sulfur. The product side, so make it the reactant side 3 sulfur. And about potassium 2, so now equation is balanced. Next, reaction with the oxygen. Here sulfur dioxide is easily oxidized to sulfur dioxide. Here taking one of the catalysts is called as a vanadium pentoxide. What's the formula vanadium pentoxide? V2O5. And here we are giving a high temperature about 450 degrees Celsius. This is everything in the gaseous form, am I right? SO2 plus O2 gives SO3, 2SO3. So make it the reaction balanced. SO3, make it 2 here product side to 2 sulfur. So the reactant side make it 2. Now the equation is balanced. Next, a bleaching action of sulfur dioxide. Here, sulfur dioxide is easily reacts with the water, we get sulfuric acid. That is in the presence of in the presence of water, sulfur dioxide is easily bleaches or bleached color like wool, silk, sponges and straw into colorless. Why? Due to this reducing property. That is sulfur dioxide bleaches colored wool, colored silk, colored sponges and straw. Colored material to colorless material. Am I right? That's a concept. They are bleaching their color. There is a colored material into colorless due to its reducing property. Which property? Very, very, very important point. One word question. Due to its reducing property, because it is easily reducing. Am I right? Reducing chlorine. Sulfur dioxide is easily reduced to chlorine. So react with the chlorine, we get hydrochloric acid. That's the main concept. So next we have to write the equation. SO2 plus water molecules, we get H2SO4 and also we get 2 nascent hydrogen. We are taking 2 hydrogen. So we have to make it the balance the equation. H2, 4 hydrogen. So make it 2 molecules of water. X colored and reacts with the hydrogen. Nascent hydrogen we get XH2. It's a colorless product. Okay. Colored product is converted into colorless product. Next, about the uses of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is used to bleaching hair, silk, wool, etc. And also it is used as a designificant crops and plants in agriculture. Write any 2 points, select any 2 points and learn it. Okay. Next, we can discuss about that. What are the chemical properties of oxygen and also ozone? Here they have many different properties about the oxygen and about the ozone, because oxygen combines with many metals and also non-metals to form oxides. Some of the metals I am taking iron, Fe plus O2 gives Fe2O3. Am I right? Don't learn about the equation, just to understand it. Sulfur, that is oxygen reacts with the metals, iron metals. We get iron oxide. I am taking some non-metals, for example carbon. Oxygen combines with the carbon, we get carbon dioxide, acidic oxide. Suppose hydrogen combines with oxygen, we get H2O, neutral oxide. Am I right? These are some reaction. Am I right? With some metals such as S-block element, I am taking one of the S-block element means sodium. What about the sodium combines with oxygen, we get sodium oxide. Am I right? NO2O. That is about at room temperature. Some of the less reactive element, this also reacts to form their respective product. Anyhow, the metal is finely divided and known as pyrophoric. That we are saying about that aluminum powder, zinc metal, etc. These are some pyrophoric alloys for making a set of power of fires. Heat is liberated during the reactions. These are some about the chemical properties. One of the very, very important question about this area. When we are comparing ozone is one of the powerful oxidizing agent. Don't forget that very, very important question. Ozone is one of the powerful oxidizing agent. Ozone reacts with many substances under condition. While we are comparing the oxygen, it cannot be react that substance. Here, one of an example is ozone is oxidized to potassium iodide to iodine. That's a concept. Ozone is oxidized to potassium iodide to iodine. we can write the equation O3. This O3 on reacts with the potassium iodide Ki. In the presence of water H2O we get. This potassium combines the OH to form KOH. Ozone is converted into O2 and also we get iodine I2. How can you balance the equation? Total the reactant side they are having O3 plus O, 4 oxygen is there, so product side you have 3, so make it 2 KOH. So oxygen balance, come to the reactant side 2 Ki. Now the equation is balanced, okay? Ozone is commonly used for the oxidation of organic compounds. Ozone is commonly used for oxidation of organic compound. In acidic solution, ozone exceeds the oxidizing power of fluorine and atomic oxygen. Next, about what are the uses of ozone. At least you have to learn 2 or 3 uses, okay? That oxygen is, first we have to learn about the use of oxygen. Oxygen is one of the essential component for living organism, am I right? Living organism for breathing purpose. Next, it is used in a welding purpose. And about the liquid oxygen is used as a fuel in rocket, am I right? These are some uses. So these are some area. Next, the last one question we have to discuss. Structure of sulfur dioxide. Structure of sulfur dioxide. The structure of sulfur dioxide. The sulfur atoms undergoes sp2 hybridization. That already we learned about that. Here how the electron can be accommodated is one of the important point. Sulfur dioxide means it have 2 oxygen. So first you have to write the sulfur at the center, both the 2 sides. We can write oxygen. Let us we can write the atomic number of sulfur. Atomic number of sulfur is 16. First cell we can be accommodate 2 electrons, second cell 8 electrons, third cell remaining 6 electrons. Next about the oxygen. Oxygen is equal to 8, first cell 2, second cell 6. So one sulfur having 6 electrons in the valence shell. Oxygen having 2 oxygen, 1 having 6. 2 into 2 is equal to 12. 12 plus 6 is equal to 18 electrons. So entire molecule having 18 electrons. But as per the inert gas configuration, one SO3, that is one element, need 8 electrons. So 8 into 3 is equal to 24. So if you have 24 minus 18, remaining shortage is 6 electron. The 6 electrons means, if you are make it one bond means 2 electrons needed, am I right? So I am dividing 6 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. This 3 shows that sulfur dioxide molecule having 3 bonds. Don't forget, 3 bonds. This 3 shows that sulfur dioxide molecule having how much bond? 3 bonds. So first I am making sulfur oxygen having 1 bond. Next again sulfur, next one oxygen having 1 bond. So one more bond also having that, because 3 means we can make 1 more bond. The previous video I told that for the short, for easily writing, if they have a single bond means you make it as 6 electrons. So 6 electron plus this bond having 2 electrons. So total we get 8 electrons, am I right? Double bond having means we can make it 4 electrons, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 2 electrons, 2 also 8 electrons, am I right? Next, here 2 more electrons having, you make it a sulfur, here having 2 electrons. Then how can you find the charge? charge. If you are breaking here means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This bond also having 2 electrons. So I am taking here, including this one, 7 electron. 7 electron means oxygen, already we know that one oxygen is 8, that is 2, 6. Well, 6 electron having the outermost shell, here having one more electron. So excess electron having make it a minus here. Then come this oxygen. Already oxygen having only outermost shell having 6 electrons. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also 2 electrons. If you are dividing here, so this is having correct oxygen form. What about this sulfur? Sulfur must contain how much electron? 6 electron. Here having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only having. There is a loss of 1 electron, so make it plus. Next, again you can view one of the other one molecule, that is due to the delocalization. You can be another one structure, resonance structure. First one oxygen, sulfur, oxygen. Here first molecule having first oxygen having single bond, so the second molecule, second sulfur dioxide, I make it first here double bond, and about the next one is a single bond. Because we have 3, 6 by 2 is equal to 3, 3 means we can be make it 3 bonds. We know that the single bond having means 6 electron we can be accommodate, and the double bond having means 4 electron accommodate. So sulfur also make it 2 electrons, already we know that one. So how can you find the charge? Here, if you have, here this bond also having 2 electron. I am dividing here. Now we can count means we get 7 electrons. 7 electron means excess electron, so make it minus here. What about the sulfur? Sulfur having must contain 6 electron the outermost shell, but now having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only having loss of electron, so make it plus. Am I right? This way we can be easily find the charge of the element in the molecule. So anyhow, today our assignment, I am giving one of the assignment, which area means uses of oxygen, page number 75. And uses of sulfur dioxide. Draw the structure of sulfur dioxide. This 3 questions. And one more very important point, one more equation, page number 77. Sulfur dioxide reduces KMnO4, K2Cr2O7. These are the 4 questions you have to learn thoroughly, okay? Thank you all of you. Thank you. Have a nice day.